price of admission? Since it's free, right? No, we're glad you're here. Let me just see how this. I nearly asked earlier, how many of you guys, this is your first trip to Provo? Okay, we've got several new people here, and some of you have been here before. But before I get started, I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank you for being here, because I know this close to the holiday, it's kind of tough. And I know some of you guys have made a big sacrifice to be here. And so thank you for being here, okay? And I thank you, On would thank you, and that's probably good, because this is for your benefit that you're here. But I also want to thank those that have participated and those that haven't participated, because this is a unification of many people, okay? We're not all involved in everyone's uplines and downlines. We're a lot of sidelines working together. We believe if we come together like that, united, we can basically conquer the world. We can basically go out there and dominate the network marketing scene and do it like nobody else, all right? And that's how we see it, and that's why One Team Global exists. And so let's give everyone a big Also, I forgot to thank Scott Van Pelt. Is he here? Is he in the room at all? Kind of those thanks. He's kind of our liaison between the company, because this stuff doesn't just happen just automatically. He has to make sure things are lined up. We got to clear the room. We got to make sure we have the speakers from the company, have all the stuff here. And so give him a hand too, because without him, now my job is to kind of bring everything together right now. Okay, you've heard a lot of stuff over the last few days. You've seen a lot of things. You've felt a lot of things. I'm going to try and encapsulate that, bring it together. And we're going to talk about some reasons why you want to make a commitment to do this. And I think the first thing we need to understand is the first thing we've got to have that's relevant for us is a belief. Okay, and hopefully your belief has really escalated the last couple of days that you've been here. Okay, with Team at University, people try to replicate this training around the world. They can't do it because it's not necessarily the curriculum, it's the location. Do you guys understand? Yes. And this is like coming to Mecca. You come here, you can't go anyplace else to get this. You go to the company, you see it, you meet the employees, different people. You can't replicate this anywhere else in the world. And so this is a unique training. Almost every person that comes up on stage is a blue diamond or above, meaning they've done it. They're doing what they told you. They're not pontificating. They didn't write a book, and they're not, telling you stuff about, theory or what could happen. They've actually experienced it. And so you're hearing it from people that actually do it, and that's rare. And so this is a non-duplicatable training, and that's why we keep doing it, and it's here at the company. That helps to build belief. I think we need to understand that the business is a gift. Okay, because our industry is kind of a slimy industry. Would you guys agree with me? Yeah. I hate network marketing. And you might think, are you kidding? But you've been involved in network. No, I don't see us as network marketers. All those other guys are, all right? And those guys that go around, doing their deal, that's not us. We do things different here, all right? We're here for the long term, and that's why we're going to become the largest direct sales company in the world, because it's principle-based, all right? Does that make sense? And so because of that, you need to understand you've been given a gift. This is not some scheme. This is not some deal, right, where you're going to be able just to do this and sign some guys up and you're going to get rich. That doesn't exist. Okay, this takes work. This takes commitment. This takes principle-based, values for you to build something that will go long term. And that's what this company is about, and that's what we're about. So when you internalize that, then you'll treat it different. You'll treat it, with the respect that it deserves. Now, the future of Nu Skin, these business cycles, you heard On talk about those. They're like magic. Every 6 months, it's like this business renews itself. And on top of that, the company is continually, innovating new products. And so it's almost like the business gets reinvented every 6 to 12 months, like clockwork. And that creates that promotional element and keeps it going. And when you look at that, all you do, like On just mentioned, is just focus on the trips. Get on the trips. If you're doing that and your people are doing that, your business will explode. Does that make sense? Yes. And so these LTOs that come along are just rewards that help to infuse volume into those groups that have a foundation built. You guys follow me on that? It's a footprint that you build. If you're building a footprint of distribution, that's the game. I know you guys came here, some of you today, thinking, I'm here for product. I'm here for the youth product. I'm here for that. No, that's not what this is. What this is about the footprint that you can build and how you're going to live the rest of your life. That's what this is. This whole weekend is about you, period. Everything else is just window dressing to go and lift you and get you to where you need to be so you can be impactful, so you can lead your family, so you can leave a legacy. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's what this is. And this is much larger than I think most of us understand. Now, those that get this, that do it right, can not only change their lives, but change the lives of others globally. Right? This is a big deal. Very big. Biggest thing you'll ever see. And if it's not the biggest thing you ever see, you don't get it yet. All right? And so, 10 billion by 2020. Can we hit that? I hope so. If we don't, it doesn't matter. We hit 5. Can you believe what will happen here? I've seen this business at $1 billion. I've seen this business at $2 billion. I've seen it at $3 billion. And the income that flows to the hands of the distribution force is scary. We've paid more millionaires than any other company has, okay, with a lot less volume. How does that happen? Well, give them a hand. No doubt. Okay, and I use money as a benchmark because, let me just ask a question. How many of you guys are here because you like rubbing lotion on your face and because you want to be healthier? And that's okay. Raise your hand. Okay, a couple of you. Now your hands can come up again. How many of you guys want to make money? Same hand should go up. Right? That's the market right there. See? That's the market we're looking for. And I would just say, we call it money. I call it change of life. I call it leaving a legacy. I call it doing something important. That's what this is about. So 10 billion by 2020 or beyond. The question is your future better off with Nu Skin or without it? Because I'm going to tell you either way, your life will never be the same. I promise you. If you don't do this, you're going to have the biggest regret that you've ever had in your life. Because this will go on to be gigantic. The only difference is you're not on board, right? And if you do this, your life will never be the same because you will be impacted beyond belief. The good news is, any one of us can do it. Any of us. I don't care what your education level is. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what sex you are. I don't care what side of the tracks you were born on. That does not matter. There is no criterion here other than your heart and what you're willing to do to get there. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's the best part of this whole thing. That's what I love about it, right? And so, we need to have unconditional perseverance and make a decision to do this. And what unconditional perseverance means to me is, you stay here till you're done. You stay here till you finish what you came here to complete, period. Doesn't matter what's in your path. Okay? There's no way out. You don't have a back door out of here. You burn all ships. You're going forward. You make a decision. A real decision. Not just some haphazard thing. Well, maybe I'll try it and see how it goes. You guys ever heard that in your teams? Maybe you've said that yourself. Why don't you just say, hey, kick my teeth in, right? Because that's what will happen. If that's the approach, life happens, does it not? Of course it does. You and I can't control that. We can't control what life throws at us. We can control how we handle it. We can control what we do with it. And I'm here to tell you, you can turn anything in this world into a positive if you have the right mindset to do it. And you can turn anything in this world into something that can destroy you with this different mindset. Does that make sense? Yes. So, unconditional perseverance, establish your why. You've heard about that the last couple of days. What does that mean? What it means is simply this. 2 questions I need to ask you. What would you die for? And what do you love? Because if those are the 2 questions, you can answer those, make that your why. And if you will make that your why, you'll soar to great heights. You will absolutely dominate this thing. You'll do things that you never believed you could do. But you better have that kind of conviction. Because if you don't, there's lesser areas of success here. And I don't want to blow anyone out of the water here. You know, probably some of you guys came here, it's like I just wanted to learn about the products, Jeff. Holy crap, you know, what's going on with you? There's all levels of success here. And the truth is, not everyone in this room is going to become a Blue Diamond or Team Elite. You can. What are you going to do what's necessary for you to get there? Only you can answer that question. I've seen people that hit different levels of success in the business. I think single mothers in my own group that get to around $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. They never ever get to Blue Diamond or Team Elite, but they're successful. You know why? Because at that level, they have enough money where they can stay home and do the most important job in their life, which is raise their children. Right? Yeah. You guys follow me here? So I don't want to give you the impression if you don't become a Blue Diamond or Team Elite, you're a failure here. That is not true. We have all kinds of success stories that never hit that benchmark. But I'm telling you, I don't care who you are, you can do it. you can get to that level. I don't care who you are. So why not go for it? Because the biggest tragedy in life is regret. It's not failing. Plan on failing. That's going to happen. Plan on tragedy. That will be there. The question is, what are you willing to do? That why better be strong in it, because I'm going to tell you there's stuff that'll shake you to your core. There's stuff that'll just make you quiver that can be thrown in your path. Prepare for it. Financial 20K goals are important. I remember when I started this business, I said guys that were just tearing it up, that were doing things. I'd never made a lot of money in my life. I was like just most people, where I made enough money to pay my bills. Has anyone been like that? It seemed like I was a conduit for just money traveling through me to pay the bills. I'm around on a treadmill, and I'm wondering when I'm just going to fatigue and just, it's going to be over, right? How long can I tread water? Well, I thought, I'm going to get into this deal, and you know what? I'm going to set some goals. I want to make $20,000 a month within a year and be a blue diamond within a year. I set that goal, and I wrote it down, and I stuck it on the fridge where I'd open it all the time to get food, and I put it on the mirror where I shave, and I put it on the drawer where I sit, where I'd open that up during the day when I'm making my calls. And I burned it into my brain. I saw it over and over and over again. Okay, and as time went on, it's kind of interesting because if you know my family's background, Liz and I have been married. We got married just a few months before we started this business. And it's interesting because she comes from a family of 10 kids. How do you guys come from a big family like that? Let me tell you what your pastime is. You guys sit around and talk about the guy that's not there. Right? Family gets together, Liz isn't there, oh, guess who the topic of conversation is? It's her, right? And it's an entertainment thing, right? Well, we've both been married once before. We both had to practice on someone else to get it right. Okay, so we come together on this, and it's kind of like they're thinking, who's this guy, you know? I mean, seems okay and stuff. And they come in and they see this stuff on the fridge and on the mirror. And I'm not showing up to some things because Liz and I have already made a commitment that I might not be able to be to something because of important engagements with the business. And so I find out later that they've been laughing behind my back. This guy thinks he's going to be rich. Where did she find this clown, man? Are you serious? Liz is going to strike out again. He's a dreamer. Nobody laughs anymore. I'm not making it. People don't support what they don't understand. I'm telling you, if you see it, go for it. Don't worry, because some of the biggest dream stealers come from the form of people that love you the most. I'm not saying they don't love you. Okay? Her family, we love each other. But I'm telling you what, if you listen to stuff when you've got a vision, go with your vision. Go with your vision. Well, burning that in, we're 11th month in the business, the check hit $28,000, 13th month we hit blue diamond. I'm telling you, it would have never happened had I not wrote it down and burned it into my brain. Because it wasn't easy. It took an effort, and it'll take you an effort too. What kind of things do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do with your life? What do you want? What kind of person are you going to be? You know, this is important to understand because we have a lot of stuff that happens to us in our lives. We start off with little children. We have all these dreams, and we're innocent. We have all this stuff in our brains that we're going to do. And what happens along the way? You get your teeth kicked in. You get your brains beat out. And after a while, you stop believing that good things can happen to you, that you're worthy of it. And you know, people start twisting things, even the stuff that's written in Scripture. I've heard people say, man, money is bad. No, it makes people bad. No, go back and read the thing over. It's for the love of money. There's a difference. All right? And here's a truism. Any rich jerk I ever met was a jerk when they were poor. The only difference is they can be a bigger one now because they can. Right? And so it doesn't make you a bad person. It will make you more of what you are. So don't be afraid of it. But what I'm saying is prepare for it. Don't be someone that blows a river because money hits you and you haven't prepared for it by getting personal development along the way and bettering yourself and looking in the mirror and say, hey, I can do that better. Or hey, that was my fault. I can make a correction there. Own your life. Take ownership of who you are and what you want to be. And when you do that, the sky's the limit. Until you point the finger around at everybody else, you will never have success here or anyone else or anywhere else. I don't care who